Okay, so good day. Okay, so today, ang i-discuss naman natin, okay, under our subject differential equations is about homogeneous differential equations. Okay. Okay. So, when we say homogeneous differential equations, ito yung uri ng differential equation. Okay, so when we say homogeneous, so define muna natin. Pag sinabi natin homogeneous differential equation, so it is a homogeneous differential equation. It is a differential equation with all of its term are of its terms are of the same degree. Okay, so pasensya na sa definition ko. Okay, so I just created my own definition in my own understanding. Okay, in a simpler way. Okay, so it is a differential equation in which all of this, okay, so maybe it would be more appropriate with this. So, in which all of its terms are of the same degree. Okay, so paano natin malalaman na yung na bawat degree niya is bawat term niya is of the same degree. Okay, so let us have an example. So, let us consider this one. Okay, so when we say same degree, okay, yung una nating kung sa introduction natin sa differential equation, okay, nalaman natin kung ano yung degree. Okay, for example, itong differential equation na to, it's obviously na may the same degree sila. Okay, so this term has a degree of 1 kasi yung power ng x is to the power of 1, yung y is 1. Okay, ang term na to, okay, this is one term, this is another term. So this term has degree of 1 and 3y has a degree of 1. Okay, so another one is parang like this. Okay. Okay. So, kanina, degree of 1. So, ito naman, this has degree of 2. Ito may degree of 2 din. 2, and this has degree of 2. So, we can say that both of these equations, differential equations, are homogeneous differential equations. Okay, so baka magtanong kayo, di ba yung x to the power of 1 lang? At yung y to the power of 1 din? So, pag sinabi kasi nating degree, i-add mo yung lahat ng power regardless of what variable it is. Kahit iba-iba yung variable niya. So, dito, yung x and y, obviously, may tig-isang may power na 1. So, kung i-add mo yung power niya, x to the power of 1, then y is to the power of 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Also for this one. X and y both have degree of 1. So, you add them together kasi magkatabi sila, na-multiply sila with each other. Kaya yung degree niya is 2. So, both of these terms are homogeneous differential equations. Kasi they are of the same degree. Okay? So, ganyan yung definition ng homogeneous differential equations natin. And we can only apply the solution that is valid only for homogeneous differential equation if all of the terms inside that differential equation are of the same degree. Okay? So, kahit isa lang dyan sa kanila na iba na yung degree. For example, nawala na yung to the power of 2 dito. So, kapag nawala, 2, 2, 2, magiging 1 na lang to. So, hindi mo ma-apply yung solution which is applicable only for a homogeneous differential equation. Okay? So, without further ado, okay, so let us have an example. Okay? So, maybe, let us solve this first example. Okay. So, paano natin isolve ang homogeneous differential equation? Okay. So, by definition, okay, so you can apply two methods. Okay? So, look for a simpler one. So, you can either, okay, so, option 1, okay, so let us have two options. So, meron tayong option number 1 in which gagawin natin, i-replace natin, for example, si y. Okay, so let y is equal to vx. So therefore, si dy is magiging v dx plus x dv. Okay? So, paano? Okay? So, pag nakita natin na sa differential equations, is si y, yung pinaka less complicated, pwede natin i-apply si option number 1. Okay? So, you let y is equal to vx. And then, si dy is equal to v dx x dv. Okay? So, ginawa natin to, nasa ganun is, ma-replace natin si y kay vx. Bakit natin na-replace si y as vx? In order that na, okay, na ma-solve natin yung differential equations. Kasi, kapag na-replace si y with vx, yung homogeneous differential equations mo is ma-factor out mo yung si x. Okay? So, after this one, you can substitute back the value of y. The value of y, which is equal, okay? So, with this one, we can say that, okay, say v dito is y over x. Okay, you can resubstitute that later. Okay, so this value will be resubstituted later, okay, in the problem. Okay, so option number 2 natin. Okay, so pwede rin ganito yung gawin mo. So instead na let y is equal to vx, you can also assume let x is equal to vy, into which your dx is equivalent to v dy x dv. Y dv pala, y dv. So, your v, later on, you can replace v as, x over y, okay? So, any option you do, option number 1 or option number 2, you can solve any differential equations. Okay? So, piliin nyo lang kung saan yung magpapadali ng solution. Okay? So option number 1, let y is equal to vx when the y term is the less complicated. Kapag mas less, okay, siya kay option number 1. What if less complicated si x? So, if less complicated yung kay x, you can replace x is equal to vy. Okay? And so on. Okay? So, para mas maintindihan natin, is i-solve natin tong problem na to in both option 1 and option number 2. Okay? Okay, saan na naintindihan? Yan. Option number 1 and option number 2. Okay? So, let's solve this one using option number 1. So, since mukhang in my assessment, parang pwede namang i-apply yung any of these options. Okay? One option number 2 kasi the degree of complexity seems equal lang naman. So, I use option number 1. So, I let y is equal to vx. So, and dy is equal to v dx plus x dv. Okay, so without further ado, so let's go. So 2x, then replace na natin si y. So 2x plus vx dx is equal to x plus 3 vx dy. Yan. So, makikita natin anong sense. Okay? So, dahil na-replace na natin si y ng vx, so pwede na nating i-factor out yung lahat ng terms na may x. Okay? So, yan yung dahilan kung bakit nag-replace tayo y equals bx. So, na-factor out na natin, ma-factor out natin si x. Okay? Mawala na si x. No? Na nakakagulo sa isip niyo. Okay? So, na-replace natin si x. So, magiging ano na siya, 1 plus 3v over dy. Okay. So, to make the long story short, pwede nating itanggalin si x kasi i-divide natin both sides by x. So, nawala na si x. So, 2 plus v dx is equal to 1 plus 3v dy. Okay. So, anong gagawin na? Okay, sorry. So, ulitin natin plus. Hindi natin na-replace pala si dy. Okay, sorry. So, magiging 2 to. Okay? So, si dy natin dito, dapat minultiply natin ng ano siya, magiging v dx plus x dv pala. Okay, yan. So, therefore, ma-factor out natin si x dito. And then, multiply natin. So, magiging vx dx plus 3v squared x dx, okay, plus 3v squared x okay. So, tama ba yung ginawa natin? Ito, minultiply natin kay vx, then sunod is minultiply naman natin si x plus 3bx dito. So, magiging x squared dv na pala to. X squared dv plus 3vx squared dv. Yan. So, we can combine like terms. Okay? So, yung mangyayari dito, okay? So, pwede nating ilipat dito ang lahat ng may dx. Okay? Minus v x dx plus 3v squared x dx is equal to x squared dv plus 3 vx squared dv. Okay. So, anong commonality nila? Okay, so lahat sila may x. So, pwede nating i-lower down, tanggalin natin ng x sa kada term. So, dito matatanggalan ng x. Okay, lahat ng terms na nakikita nyo is may x to the power of 1 na pwedeng i-factor out. So, magiging 2 plus v. Okay, 2 plus v, ano na siya? Dx minus v dx plus 3 vx dx is equal to x dv plus 3 vx dv. Okay? So, ganyan. Na-simplify na natin kasi tinanggalan natin ng x yung bawat isa. Okay? So, maybe we'll have another pwede natin lipat dito. Okay, so nagiging 2, okay, kasi may dx na lahat. So 2 plus v, okay, minus v plus 3v x dx. Okay, kinopya ko lang. Okay, and then is equivalent to x dv plus 3vx dv. Okay. Sana hindi tayo nagkamali. Okay, so meron ba tayong nalimutan? Meron dapat tong squared. Okay, and then nawala dapat dito si x, okay? So this is 3v squared, okay? So makikita, okay? So ganyan. Okay? Laan na ba tayong okay? So ganyan. So we can factor out, okay? So we can simplify this kasi may v. So magiging 2 plus 3v squared dx na lang to is equal to, okay, pwede natin i-factor out si x. So 1 plus 3v dv, okay? So saan okay? So by using manipulation, mathematical manipulation, pwede nating ilipat lahat ng may v dito at ilipat natin lahat ng may x dito. So what we can do is we divide it. Okay, so I divide it by 2 plus 3v squared. Then dito over x. Ito din gagawin ko dito. So 2 plus 3v squared x. So therefore mag-cancel out dito, magiging dx over x is equal to, mag-cancel to, so magiging 1 plus 3v over 2 3v squared dv. Yan. So pwede natin ngayon ma-apply si pwede na, dahil lahat ng may v nandito na, and then lahat ng may x nandito na, so pwede na natin siyang i-integrate. So yung problema na lang natin is ito. Okay? So you can decompose this one. Okay, pwede nating i-decompose itong problem na to, okay, into 2. So we know this is ln of x already, ln of absolute value of x, and then ito pwede nating i-integrate. Okay. So okay. So maybe lipat natin ng ibang board. Okay? Susundan nyo lang to. So from this, so pwede nating, okay, so may I erase this one? So pwede naman nating balikan later. Okay, so kulang ng whiteboard. So, okay, so i-continue natin dito ha. So, ln of x is equal to, okay, so pwede nating i-simplify ito kasi. So, ito magiging ln of x to, okay, so remember the tangent, okay? The law of tangent ito. Di ba? Ay, yes. The tangent in which, okay, so remember this, okay, so remember this one. So, ilagay ko na lang dito. So, remember, um, that dv over 1 v squared is equal to tangent of ito yung actual tan u, du yung du over u squared is equal to tangent u, and then we have du over u is equal to ln of absolute value of u. Okay, so here we identify ano ba yung u dito natin. So iba yung ano dito. So dito alam naman natin na dx over x to, okay? From here, so ln x kaagad to. Pero dito hindi natin ma-apply ng directly. So yung u natin dito is, okay, so let's convert it into which magiging itong constant na katabi niya. Okay? So actually, dapat ganito to eh. Expanded version. Kapag A, yung forma dito, A, so magiging ano siya, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, ano yun? 1 over A tangent u over A. Okay? So para mas madali na lang, ganito na lang yung gawin natin. Okay? So, 1. Reflect natin as 1 dyan. Okay? So, we can actually divide it later. Okay? So, pwede natin, so magiging ano to. Okay? So, mas madali kasi ito class eh. Pwede rin yung 1 over A, tangent over 1, u over A, pero I think it is tedious. Okay? So, we can represent it later. Okay? So, magiging absolutely yung u, magiging ano to dapat, labas natin yung 1/2, labas natin is equivalent to 1/2 over 2 dv, okay, magiging dv over 2 over 1 plus 3 over 2 v squared. Yan. At ito naman magiging kasi ito yung u natin. Okay? 2 plus 3v squared. Kapag dinifferentiate natin to, so magiging 6v. So dapat magiging 1/2 of 6v plus 2 plus 3v squared. Okay? dv. Okay? Dapat may dv to. Yan. So, from that, hindi na natin ma-solve. Okay? So, here, we can say that the u here is the square root of 3 over 2 v. Okay? And then the du supposed to be is as, okay, so we can simplify this as mag-multiply ka ng square root over 2 sa in both sides, so magiging square root of 6 over 2v to siya dito na side. Okay? And then, dito, yung dv niya is square root of 6 over 2. At yung du pala niya is square root of 6 over 2 dv. Dito na side, automatically, yung u natin is 2 plus 3v squared. So, dapat yung du niya is 6v. Okay? So, nasatisfy na natin to. Okay? So, therefore, ln of x, okay? So, is equivalent to yung dv natin, dv over 2 to siya. And then, yung du natin is square root of 6 over 2 dapat. So, kulang ito ng 1 over square root of 6. Okay? Magiging, ano to siya? Magiging, ipasok na naman natin yung square root of 6 over 2 dv. Yan. Nang sa ganon, is ma-apply na natin yung law of tangent. So, magiging 1 square root of 6 tangent of square root of 6 over 2v. Yan. Okay? So, ganon, okay? Plus 1/2 ln of absolute value of 2 plus 3v squared. Yan. Yan yung niya. So, magiging ano siya, ln of x is equivalent to, okay? So, remember, mula dito, okay? So, mula dito, ito yung problem natin. Yung una nating sinolve. Okay? So, from that, alam naman natin, okay? So, we can resubstitute in which your v is equivalent to y over x. So, you can substitute v, instead of using v, you can substitute y over x. So, magiging 1 over 6 tangent square root of 6 over 2 y over x. Okay? Para hindi magkalituhan, may quantity. So, plus 1/2 ln 2 plus 3 y squared over x squared plus c. Okay? So, pwede na tong sagot. So, pwede na tong sagot. Okay? Okay, so, okay, so ilipat ko muna yung sagot, ha. Okay, so pwede nyo namang balikan kung saan hindi nyo masyadong naintindihan. Okay, so ito yung solutions. Okay, kulang tayo ng board. So, yung sagot natin, yung final natin na sagot is, okay, para mas malinaw kasi siksik yung one. So, ln of x is equivalent to 1 over 6 tangent, okay, square root of 6 over 2 y over x plus ln, okay, 1/2 ln of 2 plus 3y squared over x squared. Okay, yan. Plus c. So, ito yung sagot. Okay? So, para mas malinaw. Okay? So, maybe in the next video, we will solve another homogeneous differential equation. Okay? So,